What's up, guys, and welcome back to the It's Just Us podcast. Now, you know what? I'm not even going to bother and say, yeah, it's been a minute, but we're back. Because really and truly, like, there's no consistency anymore, you know? I feel like we're just posting over pure vibes, but it's okay.
No,
we're figuring it out.
Into it. I think it's been a very busy couple months, guys.
For sure.
Me and Ayesha have done a lot of missions and a lot of excursions.
Yeah.
I'm also a new age.
27.
I'm 27
How do you feel? How do you feel being 27, man?
It's not a bad age.
Yeah.
It's not a bad age.
It's a beautiful age.
I was so scared because I was literally like, oh my God, 27 is like the late 20s.
Yeah.
And it hits, you know. And you know what? Because I was in Miami, so I was like literally away from friends, from family. Obviously, I knew the girls from Oner, but like, you know, like your inner circle.
Yeah.
I was stripped from all of that. And then like, yeah, just turning 27, I was looking at the sea and I was like, my whole life was flashing before my eyes.
Cue the dramatic music in the back.
The waves were crashing in on me. And I was just like, damn, life.
Getting emotional.
No, I'm telling you, like, I literally was thinking, I was like, oh my God, like, I've lived 27 years on this earth.
Period.
Like, it's crazy. Like, how did, like, it is actually, it's a beautiful thing to be very present with your life. But, yeah, 27 is definitely the year where my people pleasing has left my body.
You know what? I feel like it's one of them ones where you go through not a second puberty, but almost like a third puberty.
I'm my third puberty. Yeah. I remember the reels that we made for the second puberty. How am I now on the third puberty? I age like...
You have no tolerance for anybody. I feel like it's not... Well, you think that it's a third puberty where you don't have tolerance for anybody. I'm 25 and I don't have tolerance for many people either. But really and truly...
in the car today, you definitely don't have tolerance.
Yeah, the road rage is real.
You definitely do not have tolerance, especially on the M25.
No one knows how to drive these days. I almost got in a crash. Why is it raining so much?
No.
Alhamdulillah always. But no, it's been a crazy few months. I think mentally, physically for both of us. I think we're trying to, you know, like people expect you to figure it out so quickly in your maybe like your mid-20s, late 20s. Yeah. They think, okay, you need to make sure that at least you know or have like some type of guideline or timeline of how you want your life to live. That's not necessarily the case, really, for some people. I'm 100%. Still trying to figure it out. I still am a bit confused with life and where I'm trying to navigate things. But yeah, like, inshallah. Do you know what I mean?
I do feel like navigating your 20s in the early 20s is so different to the late 20s.
Yeah.
I think, you know, when people say, like, your 30s is basically your 20s, but with more money. I low-key, inshallah, I think we're getting there now. Yeah. I think... In terms of, I think, like, now being the age I am, when I was 23, I thought, like, I was an adult. Then I turned 25 before the adult. Then I turned 26, and I'm now 27.
Yeah. And you learn, I think you just learn new things when the years go by. Do you know what I mean? So you're hitting 25 and you think you're mid-20s, you may have a job, you may just be figuring things out in an apprenticeship, still at uni potentially, like medicine. We all know that the degree is years and years on. But...
medicine. You're like 19 one day, then you're 26
exactly,
the next day. You're
exactly.
Like, where did my life go?
Yeah.
No offense to doctors, we all need you, but I'm just saying, like, you guys age. Like, the age is crazy. Like, I would not be able to hack medicine because of that. But I don't know. I feel like in some ways, you just appreciate life more. The one thing, though, I'm not appreciating is my metabolism. She slowed down so quickly. Like, you know how, guys, we've always been about fitness. We've all been about, like, moving your body. Now, I must move my body. I must. I cannot not do it because I'm telling you right now, Ayesha, man, I'm on a new plan anyway. But when I tell you, like, even whenever I get sick, I have to make sure that, like, I ask myself, like, it's because my body is aging.
I admire your dedication, to be honest, because even I think, you know what, at one point I was very, very motivated, especially at younger ages. Like, for example, 23, 24, I was like proper motivated to go to the gym. I found it very enjoyable. I feel like the older you get, the more, like, the less time you have to actually, like, try and figure shit out and do the balance. Like, I just can't balance anything, man.
I was gymming 5 times a week, even sometimes 6 times a week when I was 23, 24.
Why and how? And where did the time come from?
And you know what it is? I think you just get very intentional with your time as you get older. I think as you get older, you realize like, okay, you know what? I'd love to pick up a new hobby. Which hobby is the most useful now? Do I pick up a hobby because I want to make more money? Do I pick up a hobby because I want to relax? Do I pick up a hobby with my best friend?
Because we're so pressured to make money. We're so pressured to try and find different streams of income because, you know, I feel like that's the norm now. I feel like everybody's expected to have at least 2 businesses on the side to be able to get through life. I mean, cost of living. I mean, we don't chat about that, okay? We don't want to start a new conversation.
However, I've just come back from work, man. Please, give me at least one.
I don't get why the pressure of one or like, for example, you having to have 2 side hustles, 3 side hustles, or just like another business on the side. Why that's like so necessary sometimes.
Or you just be a corporate. Like you just slave away and like go up the corporate ladder.
Yeah, and if you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. You know, that's absolutely fine. But point being, at the end of the day, I feel like we've got so much pressure these days, especially the older you get, it gets a bit more intense. And you know, I think I felt that at 25. I don't know if you're feeling that right now at 27, or if you did feel it at 25, or if that eventually stopped and you started to focus
frontal
more
lobe definitely
on
develops.
others.
Frontal lobe is a big development.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You just never... You know when they say you're the oldest you've ever been, right? So you have like as much experience and wisdom you've ever had at that age.
Yeah.
As you get older, you crave more wisdom. You crave more like just awareness of yourself. So you do it. You get it. But it's like, it's just something you can't ever like... I don't know, it's a tough one. I think at 25, I definitely felt frontal lobe development because things that used to stress me out, things like, even little things like the way I used to look, I used to be so self-conscious of it. Now, I have more confidence and I feel like my inner confidence exudes now the outer confidence.
But do you think that's age or do you think that's just because of experience and what you're going through? Like, I feel like for me, I wouldn't say it's necessarily age. I'd actually think the reason why I grew confidence is because I actually put myself in an uncomfortable situation of doing something like something that's out of the ordinary, like for example starting a page on social media, balancing everything, and you know, putting yourself in environments that you would never expect to be in, like going to events and networking and actually talking to human beings. Like all I'm saying is 2019 Ash would be proud of me. You speaking to these many people, crazy, because I never used to even want to do that. So I think it just depends on the person and your experiences and age. But anyways, alhamdulillah, that you're 27 and you made another year.
Exactly.
And any goals? Any goals for the year of 27? What we thinking?
I have some fitness goals.
Yeah. Tell me the fitness goals.
I mentioned I started a new plan, guys. So obviously we have been in the fitness journey for a minute. I actually went from weightlifting to actually touching powerlifting to then going back
powerlifting.
Yeah, but I wasn't a powerlifting journey. I just never competed because I never got to that stage. But I was definitely training as if I was powerlifting.
Wait, this is the first time I'm hearing about this.
No, like I don't know about this.
Yeah,
like I didn't used to deadlift though. I was like more in my squat game. Like I was always trying to get heavier and heavier and heavier in my squat. And
that's crazy.
Because at the time my gym buddies, like they were all like powerlifting people. So I used to really push myself. I had my belt. I bought like a 200-pound belt. I don't even know where the belt is. I should sell it. But I used to go that. And then I went back to gymming. Then I decided to do running. Done running. Might want to go back to running. You went
through every chapter in a book. I'm not going to lie.
No, but you know what? I haven't done yet. And I feel like I want to do that after I've done this.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to go more into functional training and a little bit of calisthenics now.
Okay. So how's it been so far? Like you said you started a program.
Into my program.
Okay.
At first I was just so
humbled.
I was so humbled.
Humbled to say the least.
I felt so weak. I was like, I have nothing to show for myself.
Yeah.
Let me just shut Healthy State down right now.
Right.
Yeah. But it's just part of the process, man. And you know what it is? I feel like this is me, controversial, but I think lifting weights is very important because your bones and your muscles need strength. We underestimate how much strength our actual bodies naturally have. Like, through body weight movements, you know what I mean? And I realized that with calisthenics, like I just really, really appreciate the sports. I think it's definitely grown in popularity recently.
Yeah.
Like running. I think the reality is for me, I'm still yet to find the sport where I'm like, I'm in love with you. Let's do this every single day.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? But
you're still trying to find your feet when it comes to the fitness thing.
But that's why my functional training I'm really enjoying most, because I can feel, I genuinely feel like I'm working out.
Yeah.
And that sounds really weird, but like, you know, because I was gymming after the marathon, I was gymming like normal. It felt so boring. Like, I literally was like, oh,
it's the same old stuff.
Do you know what I mean? Bicep curls again. Like, I was doing all this, but now, like, it's just been really fun. Like,
nice. I'm glad.
I've been moving more. I still need to do a pull up. Haven't done that. I'm still on my press up variations.
We're all still trying to do a pull up. We're all still trying to figure it out.
Exactly. But I feel like this is, I don't know, it's fun, and I just think like I'm really trying to appreciate more functional movement. So, but I definitely that's what I'm currently doing, but I'd love to get to a point where like I'm actually doing some kind of fighting. Like, I used to do karate when I was younger, you know.
Swear.
Yeah, I just didn't get my black belt. I was like one belt away from being a black belt.
You know what? I feel like you've got so much time to try it and figure it out and see what it's like.
Time. Have you seen my calendar? You know my calendar.
So dramatic. So dramatic. Listen, at the end of the day, if you really want to achieve something, I know you're, like, for example, the marathon and half marathon, you were dedicated on training for it. The runner app was on your phone. You were doing what you got to do. So at the end of the day, I have full commitment, and I have full faith in you that you will full commitment. I have full faith in you that you'll be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. And to be honest, I really want to get into calisthenics as well. It looks really exciting, and I also think it's really important to be able to move your own body weight, like just to be able to do a pull up. Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't need to go to a gym, or you don't need to be so like concerned. And you know what I realized as well? I feel like for me, the weakness you feel after you get sick, I'm trying to beat that. But my other goal is I want to get back into eating more healthily. Like, we've been having so many renovations at home that like I just haven't felt like I've had a home cooked meal. 27 is a year that I learn how to cook.
Inshallah. Do you know what I mean?
Like actually cook. Yeah. Because like, I swear my mum is tired of me now. Like, she's gonna kick me out.
You know what? I feel like when we're at home and you're constantly around your parents and you're constantly around your siblings and you've got the privilege of being able to eat your mum's cooked food, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I feel like, for example, me, I'm kind of learning how to cook right now, but I wouldn't say I'm amazing. But the reason why I've not really practiced before is because I'm so used to my mum cooking me food. And alhamdulillah, it's great. Like, and I love that. And even with my fitness journey, we all know that it's been a bit rocky. If you're on the gram, you know that it's not been very consistent. But I went through journeys of like weightlifting to powerlifting to then weightlifting again to not lifting at all. Do you know what I mean? And it goes in dips. And at one point I wanted to try like yoga and Pilates, and it wasn't looking good. So obviously when things there aren't looking good, you don't really have the motivation to also eat healthy and kind of have both hand in hand. You don't really have that motivation to do both. But at the end of the day, you got to kind of like fight through that mental battle, continue trying to do what you want to do. I'm gonna continue my weightlifting, see how it goes, maybe try and achieve to that first pull up. Like, you know,
not try, I will achieve.
eventually at one point,
man.
I like 2 years of training and I still can't do one pull up.
No, but
I actually feel ashamed. I actually feel ashamed.
I do think though different bodies are they're just different mechanisms, different bodies. Like, I think, and the minute you clock it, like, I didn't even tell you, I learned how to ride a bike just before I turned 27.
Guys,
this is actually something where like that's probably one of my most proudest moments of my entire life. Genuinely, because I was
the healthy state, learn how to ride a bike at the age of 26, guys.
No, I'm telling you, you're never too old.
Period.
But I remember when my cousin, bless him, man, he's 19 now. Zayn, don't kill me, please. And he literally was like, Uppy, you need to stop being scared of falling. Like, I was riding a bike in summer and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I actually can't do this. I was like, my brain is not registering.
That's like me with swimming.
The seat is too high.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. he was like, you just need to stop being afraid of falling. When you're a kid, you're not afraid to fall.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you just literally try whatever you want. You're more carefree. And as we get older, like, why are we so scared of everything? I don't understand.
No, I hear it. I hear it. I think a lot of people, the older you get, the more you are like afraid of failure, and just you want to be 100%. Successful in everything, and that's physically impossible. You can't be successful in everything. But I get that you are more terrified to fall the older you get, and that's like me with swimming. So I tried to learn how to swim in year 5. Let's just say that was not successful.
Did you not go in year 5?
It was not successful. I was still on the shallow end, and in my final lesson, I still could not swim. But that's fine. That's fine, because everyone has their own journeys, okay? And
have you gone back to it?
No, but inshallah, do you know what I mean? I'm just leaving it into Allah's hands.
No, I really think you learn to swim, bro. It's a life skill.
I mean, if this country drowns, then I'm screwed, you know?
So when you're on holiday, you never wanted to like dip in?
I don't go on holiday. My mum takes me to Pakistan, to all the family houses. We eat bare food, and then we call it a day and we come back. But no, my family, we're not really people to kind of like go on holidays like that. Like we go on like more like touristy city type of holidays. So like Istanbul, but majority of the time we're going to like family houses. And but it's okay.
I think
soon come.
Would you ever actually genuinely learn how to swim?
I want to. I think it's important. I think it's a necessity. Right. I was speaking to my best friend earlier. And
there we go.
And
there we go.
The niece knows how to swim, and she's young.
No, you know,
and I don't know how to swim.
My nephew Musa, he's doing swimming lessons.
Yeah, he's a baby as well.
He's 5 months.
Fair. All right. Okay. Fine. Guys, I'll learn how to swim. That's embarrassing.
No, but you know what? No, but it's not embarrassing. I think it's embarrassing because I didn't know how to ride a bike. But you know what it is? I genuinely feel like it's a fear of failing. It's a fear of falling. We have these fears as we get older. And the worst thing is, the older we get, the more it increases. Or you go on the other side and you just don't care. Yeah. But regardless, it's a doing thing that people just lose. As they get older. We just find so many excuses, but like
I think we just get lazy. I think we just get so lazy, and it's I would say this is with all aspects of life. So it's not just about failing in certain things. It's about trying to achieve new things. You don't want to do it anymore because you're too comfortable, and I think that's our problem. And I think that's something that we have to change and change our mindset. It's obviously a lot harder, but then so what's your advice for someone that's trying to get out of that mindset or that bump of, you know, not wanting to try something new, but in the back of their mind they want to try something new, or they're scared to
honestly
do something?
Guys, this sounds so cliche, but you really think you're on this planet forever and you're not. And I know that sounds really heavy ass crap, but like you actually need to know, like, guys, how have I gone around the world nearly twice on this own podcast? Like, guys, I'm literally 27 now. Yeah, I'm telling you now. You didn't have to raise your eyebrows, by the way. That was personal. Anyways, like you actually think you're on this world forever, and then you realize like some of the goals you had when you're 21, you're like 26, and you're thinking, why haven't I done that? Like, I went, you know, it's so sad, but I didn't even learn how to ride a bike only because it was actually a sponsored ad that I was doing that made me ride a bike, and in my head I was like, you know what? This is actually awful. How has it made it that to secure the bag, that was the only reason
to ride a bike?
Why I wanted to ride a bike?
To learn how to ride a bike.
That is ridiculous.
Isn't it?
That's a ridiculous science.
GG's, bro. Like, money's money.
Yeah, exactly. Like, clearly I was able to secure the bag. But the point is, though, when I did it, you know what the first thing I thought of? I felt so sad. I was like, all these summers, all that COVID, like, you know, line bike era, I did not have that at all because I kept saying that I couldn't ride a bike. Why am I like that?
Yeah.
Like, why was I like that? And I think, if anyone is contemplating to do something, I know it's super hard to actually balance everything. And unfortunately, as you get older, the commitments get more, the responsibilities, the world keeps spinning, the life keeps moving. But I just feel like if we can't do something for our own selves, you'll end up losing yourself. And I think then that's when that's the toxic cycle where it's like when you get to that stage, it's even harder to come out of it. I just think as human beings, right, we need to find ways of focusing on new things every now and then in our lives.
I think it's healthy. Like, and I get it's very healthy.
Sometimes it's a privilege. Like learning how to ride a bike. Like I can literally sit here and I'm like a jarring influencer, and I'm like, oh, like I did it for a sponsored ad, so now that's why I'm telling people now, ride a bike, find the time. No, I'm really not trying to be like that at all. I think right now it's more of a case of just understanding that the first thing I thought to myself was, I can't believe it took this to do this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because then I'm thinking, this is why, like, one thing I'm trying to intentionally do this year, moving forward, is like, we constantly rush everything. You know, you seen the way I rushed today. I was rushing like mad.
Yeah.
The more we rush, the more we realize, like, the time is going as it is, but you'll look back and then you're gonna be like, oh my god, I actually have wasted so much time and so much energy, and B, like, I never just paused to actually like deep what I've actually done.
Yeah, I think the feeling of regret is like one thing that you could potentially feel, and that's like, that would be like something that I'd say to someone if they want to achieve something new but they're hesitant. At the end of the day, the last thing you want to do is regret something that you could have achieved or could have done. Like, I would say that you are more of a successful person if you try something and fail than you're not trying at all and then never knowing what the outcome is. And I cannot, you know, sometimes like, and you know what, if we're going into this, let's go into this. Sometimes I go through moments and I think, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that?
Same.
For example, like, I don't know if you guys know, you probably know if you follow me, like, I was an athlete for Oner and then I decided to step down for like mental health reasons, and we'll probably get to that later on in the episode. But genuinely, like, I went through moments and periods post stepping down thinking, I should have done this, I should have done that, I maybe should have like networked with more people. Let's be real, everything happens for a reason, and Allah plans things in ways that are intentional. So you should always have tawakkul and faith in your creator and your Lord. However, you know, don't be afraid to do those things. I was afraid when I was an athlete, so that's why I was very hesitant. So I had that feeling of regret. So just never ever double, like, what's that word? Never ever, not hesitate, but dim your light, basically, or just like put yourself down thinking that you're not worthy, or you're not really like meant to be in this place, because you are meant to be in this place. You just got to fight for it. Tie your camel and let it do its course, you know.
And can I just say, you definitely left that space better than you found it.
I
want to like really, really emphasize that, because I think naturally as human beings, especially if you are thriving to become a better version of yourself, which I think you should always do no matter how old you are, I think you are going to constantly discover new versions of yourself. Hence why you should constantly try and thrive to get a better version of yourself, right?
Of course.
So I think that level of regret, it needs to be met with, what did I know at that time? And what do I know now? If I know better now, I will do better now.
Yeah, and eventually you will know more later on, and you'll have
first time doing life. It's actually your first time being in spaces. You are probably like, now in hindsight, you're like, oh, I should have done this, but I promise you, like, I don't, like, some of the things that we've even experienced together wouldn't have been possible without your presence. And it's you that had to be in that person. No one else. Do you know what I mean? It was gifted for you. You were in that place in the right time. Yeah. And I really want to spread accolades to that, because you know, like, I'm telling you, man, like, the space was there. Yeah. But the space, like, even like certain things that we've done together, it's always, I always say this, isn't it? Like, you want to go fast, do it alone. You want to go far, do it together. Yeah, we've gone far, and inshallah, your journey as even a creator is only just getting started. Inshallah, I think for sure as well. Allah Mubarak, from like where you started, and it's only been not even like 2 years. Yeah, I think it's like approaching 2 years, maybe. 2 years. Don't even remember. Like 2 years. Everything's a bit faded. No, but deep it. You're 2 years into the fitness game. Yeah. And you literally became an athlete for one of the most international biggest brands. Yeah. Like, that doesn't happen overnight, and that doesn't happen. Thanks to Allah. Exactly. But that's but he placed you in a position for a reason, and you have to ride that wave. You've got to go through all the phases to be like, okay, like, and you know what? It's interesting, right? Because like, I know this is me being so deep and like old. Go on. But I was like, you're gonna tell your kid one day, you're gonna be like, you know, like, your mum, like, I was an athlete for a big brand. Yeah. And then you'll be like, and then give me proof. You can literally show them your campaign. Yeah. You can literally show them your shoots. You can literally show them all the content you used to drop, and they'll be like, oh my god, like, mum, you're a baddie. And they'll be like, maybe they don't say baddie, whatever they're gonna say them though. I don't know whatever the hell they say these days. Whatever they say, whatever the lingo will be, whatever that day is. But like, I don't know, like, you know, it's even, you know, after the Eid party that we did this year with Oner, you know what I said to my mum when we were coming home? I was like, oh, I felt really proud of myself, and I was like, I can't wait to tell my child, like, my girl, like, this is the
achievements that I did, this is what I did. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Thank you for the accolades. I appreciate it. Because you know what? I felt when I left, I need to stop saying left because I'm still an affiliate, alhamdulillah. But when I did step down, it was more the case of just feeling so lost and not knowing what direction to go towards. And I think that's very normal. It's like, for example, when you have a job and when some people don't apply for new jobs and then leave, they kind of just quit because they feel like it's good for their mental health. And that's something that I basically experienced. I was feeling very low. I didn't feel, you know, I don't know, I just didn't feel right at the time. So it just felt correct to step down. And since then, like, I've just been trying to kind of work on just other things that are more like active.ayesh branded, things for myself, you know, and just get more into like my experimental side when it comes to editing and when it comes to all sorts of things, because I felt like before working with brands, there's just, and I think this is like the generic thing, when you don't work with brands, there's no pressure. When you work with brands, there's going to be a slight bit of added pressure, which is also normal to experience. But with that slight bit of pressure, that's what kind of changed how I felt about social media, about content, and that kind of took the fun out of things. So I just knew that this was the correct move for me, and it's kind of like opened a couple doors as well for me as well. So inshallah to like more doors for you as well. And just, I guess this is also a tip for anyone that's listening. Don't be afraid to take risks, because I thought stepping down, to be honest, I think it is a risk. It was a risk for me to step down, because that is another stream of income. That is that side business. That is that second job that's helping me to, you know, pay for a videographer for a shoot or pay for a studio, you know. So I was essentially letting go of another stream of income that could help me, you know, grow. And obviously it was scary at the time, but sometimes it's worth it. Listen to your mind and your body before you think about anything else like finances, because money comes and goes, and life is going to keep moving on regardless where you're at financially, you know?
No, 100% agree.
So yeah. But in terms of Oner related, let's talk about travels, because I feel like with your travels and my travel, because we both actually travelled at similar times.
We always do this, you know?
Simultaneously.
We always
And you know what, guys?
Traveling.
Earlier we clocked how like linked our life is, and how we've actually gone through very similar like moments in our lives, and the way we do things, and it's very it really is giving twin energy. However, nevertheless, we also travelled as well, and let's get into that. So let's go into Miami first. Obviously, you went to Miami with Oner. How was that? How was Miami firstly? Because I've never been.
You know what? It is literally like the movies. I feel like when I went, I was like, I saw the Miami beaches. And the thing is, it's such a shame because we were caught with the thunderstorms. So best believe it was a 6 a.m. to a 3 p.m. day in light. Yeah. So it was like content. And then literally the crash was crazy because it wasn't just like pitter patter. It was like thunder, hurricane.
Yeah.
Storm. If I had left to come, I actually travelled the day before.
You left England to escape the crap weather, and you faced the crap weather instead.
It was crazy. And in Miami, of all places.
Love that for you.
Honestly. And the thing
probably sucks, to be honest.
No, it's
right though. Like, I was in Lebanon. It's right. I had 30-degree heat. Got a tan line on my hijab. It's fine. We'll get into that later.
Listen, like, yours was way more like.
Guys, I actually had a tan line.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I came back and took the hijab cap off. I went, La ilaha illallah.
No way.
Like, it was brown and then just like a little strip of white. I was like, you know what? My hijab sisters can relate. It's okay.
No,
but anyway, sorry.
But you know what? This is what I'm saying. I went to Turkey before I went to Miami, and the tan was
crazy.
But guys, I think I developed IBS, man. It's actually not a joke. I just had to just put that in that I envy everyone who travels and does not, their bowels are just staying the same. Like,
I think that's a standard thing. I'm not gonna lie. When you go to a hotel, if you go to a new space, you're gonna feel uncomfortable. It's not gonna.
Yeah, a lot of people are constipated on the first night.
Yeah.
Me, night,
day. No.
Do you know what I mean? And it was, I'm still struggling now, guys. It's like 2 months in. It's not good. And I really should get that checked out. But again, I don't have time. But what I'm saying...
Miami, IVS.
Sorry,
That's
it. Sorry, guys. No, but it was a really, really incredible opportunity, alhamdulillah. Like,
Alhamdulillah.
I think meeting, obviously, the other girls, and it was... the team definitely found a way of really getting everything done regardless of the rain and the storm. And to be fair, for me, I was just thinking to myself that, look, like, I don't know how many times in my life I can experience a moment like this.
Of course.
And I think it being on my birthday, it was a very poetic moment. Obviously, me being me, I was just like, yeah, everyone's just coming for my birthday. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's in Miami, we're all turning up. But you know what? You leave feeling very much like, gosh, like all these memories, you kind of just want to like just keep them safe. And like, it was a crazy experience as well for me, because I always associate grief with my birthdays. So to be in a place where like I'm kind of like forced to be distracted. And it was very weird because I was getting birthday messages and it was like still the 9th of September for me, but it was like 10th September for everyone else. So like I was telling my friends, like, guys, you've actually forgotten my birthday. Like, it's actually the 9th of September. Like, what are you doing? Come on, like, do you know what I mean? But I was just 9 hours behind. No, you were on time. On both time zones. But no, it was but that's what I'm saying. Like, I definitely feel like for me, I feel like it was a big moment for Healthy State as well. I think I'm still in the process of trying to figure out what the content's going to look like, but I've definitely have fought the page a lot this year. Like, it's definitely been a one where it's like I find a purpose, I bask in it, I completely like obsess over it, and we've done it together. We've actually gone through that journey, we've channeled that together, and then I've gone through the journey where it's like, oh, like my life is changing outside of Healthy State, and it's like I'm not the same girl I was when I first started my page. I'm not even the same girl I was when like I went through losing my dad and carrying on this page and kind of rebranding the page because I had to rebrand myself.
You're changing every day,
right?
You're changing every hour, you know, learning
I'm
new
dead.
things. Girls, yeah, literally, like 3 seconds ago, different Imaani. But what I'm saying is that you're learning every day that you live, you're learning new things. And I think with Miami, you definitely, I remember when we had a little catch up after Miami, you said to me you took away different learnings when it came to just like the industry, like how it's like so connected, but then so like high pressured, but at the same time,
it's definitely
really wholesome, and there's a lot of like
100%. You know what? Agreed. My biggest like tip is, because the thing is, brand trips, for me, that was my second brand trip, and it was a very different experience because obviously the first trip was more of a community led event. This trip instead was almost like a HR team day. But in Miami, do you know what I mean? It's like a team day. But like, obviously, it's a great opportunity to network. And all I would always say to you, and something that I have to constantly remind myself, is do not internalize your position in life, because if to compare to someone else that might be on a higher following or like a higher like, I don't know, they've been in the game more, or they look more shredded, or they have more connections or anything. Because not only are we on different chapters, but like you almost miss the point of your own chapter.
Exactly.
Like,
I think everyone, and I think this is definitely the case at Oner. Like this is what I felt when I was an athlete with Oner. We all have our own different books. Like we're all a different books in a bookstore. Exactly. We're all different books in a bookstore. Like, you know, you may be on chapter, I don't know, 30, I'm on chapter 25. Do you know what I mean? We're on different kind of bits, you know?
Different. The plot,
but that's the thing, the story and the plot and everything's going to be complete. I love how I'm using a book narrative, like, because I'm such a bookworm. But that is the point. Like, everyone's got a different journey, and everyone's journey is written completely differently. So I get it, but it's also easier said than done sometimes, because that's happened to me multiple times where I've felt a lot of imposter syndrome, where I go to an event and I think, oh my gosh, do I actually belong here? Because they know what they're doing, and that girl's got the Sony EV10, and why have I just got my iPhone? And you just can't help but compare. But at the end of the day, like, there's almost so much that you can do, and if you're trying your best, that's all that matters.
It really
and
is.
You know, I think most of our audience are probably people that actually may not be able to, or haven't had the opportunity to go on a brand trip yet, but want to aim to do that. And I guess, you know, keep on doing what you're doing, but never, ever compare, because at the end of the day, your story is so different to everyone else's, you know?
Exactly.
So, yeah. And like, at the end of the day, whatever you're doing and whoever you are, your story is so special and it's so unique. And you may think like, you know, you don't have a higher following than X, Y, and Z, but you're unique in your own way. And once you find what makes you unique and special and separate to everybody else, you're going to be on cloud nine. You're going to be walking to that event feeling like you're the shit, bro. So, you know what I mean? As like, you should.
You know what? I also feel like I literally reposted something the other day and I was like, you need to keep going because someone needs to hear your story so that they can believe in theirs. And I genuinely believe
you never know who you can inspire.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I literally feel like I relate to so many people because they reflect so many different versions of me. Like, or not even just versions of me, just sides of my life. Do you know what I mean? And like, whether it's like from where I come from like the country I come from like the religion I come from like even the area of London I come from.
I feel like you relate to a lot of people that are also grieving.
Yeah.
And I feel like when
me
it comes
to... Me and the grieving community, dead community, we are...
You locked in.
Locked in.
You locked in, you're tight.
Literally, it's that
good
joke.
Though. It's good. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you so much for that. At the end of the day, like, you just want to help. You need to help each other out because, you know, when you go through a period like that, it's not only heavy, but it's also you come to the realization for yourself that this is so temporary and that life's not going to live forever. You're not going to be on this world forever. So it's such an overwhelming feeling. You think like, it's like a wake up call almost. So I think when someone grieves, the one thing that you definitely need is someone there to kind of like, you know, put you on the ground and just remind you that everything's going to be okay. And you've done that for a lot of people, you know. So
I hope so.
And inshallah you continue doing that, along with obviously motivating people to move their bodies. So
yeah,
the healthy state. It's called a healthy state for a reason. But yeah, no, I was watching everything and Miami looked absolutely incredible. So mashallah, inshallah to more grad trips.
IBS was truly IBSing though, guys. Like I cannot tell you. Do not believe the gram. I sucked in my belly every photo. You have no idea how much I inhaled.
That's it. Let's move
on. Swiftly. But how's Lebanon?
Alhamdulillah.
I was looking at your story. I'm
ready to talk about it.
Because I was having tears. Like
it was emotional.
I was really proud of you. Like genuinely, like I saw because obviously I saw your content.
Yeah.
And it really inspired me to also go on deployment,
inshallah for sure. And, it's a privilege. Yeah. It's a real privilege. So. Yeah. Whoever is looking to go on deployment or is interested in going on deployment, you have to make sure, you are very much passionate about the cause, because if you're raising money and fundraising for no reason... Anyway? I ended up raising 8K. Luckily, the hike was a huge factor. Yeah, alhamdulillah, the hike was such a huge factor to why I was able to actually go in the end, because luckily...
How much did you raise from the hike?
5K alone. The aim was 5K, but the hike alone was raised as 5K. Like, everyone smashed it. So I think eventually we ended up going to 8K in total, which is good. So yeah, thank you. So if you're looking to fundraise for a cause that you're very much passionate about, start early and hit me up if you need tips on fundraising, and maybe we can collaborate, because I want to continue doing it. So I would say that it was a bucket list thing, and now it's actually a thing that I want to do consistently every year, because it's just so fulfilling and so eye-opening. And I remember going thinking, like, you know, I'm going to fill some food parcels, I'm going to cook some food, I'm going to meet different walks of life, and it's going to be fine. And like, I'm going to walk away feeling... I wasn't emotional because I didn't know what to expect. It was my first deployment, so all I was thinking was, Allah has given me the opportunity to be in Lebanon at the moment. Allah has given me the opportunity to be surrounded by people that also are very passionate about this. So embrace it and make the most of it and just enjoy it. So I went, and alhamdulillah, the team were great, and the people at Human Appeal and Reach, they really smashed it with the organisation. And that's why I definitely recommend, if you are going on deployment, do it with them, because they have everything organised to a T. And then
I definitely think the charity you do it with is really important.
Yeah, like, for sure. Like at the end of the day, like
you're relying so much on them as well.
Exactly. And for me, it's like a charity is a charity. You've got the intention of raising money and going to deployment. So, but whatever charity resonates with you the most, I just feel like with Reach and Human Appeal, I've seen so much, and I really wanted to kind of join in with that. So I went, and it was I think it was 4 to 5 different days of separate tasks. Lots of carrying heavy food parcels. Let's just say that my gym gains were pulling through because I had to carry like really heavy like hygiene parcels. So hygiene parcels being like products like sanitary towels, toothpaste, toothbrush, like shampoo, like, soap for the families. And that was I don't know how much the actual kg was, but it was heavy. So I had to.
Did you go for?
So it was from how many days was it? I think it was 5 days. It was 5 days, and it was very much like on the go.
Did the days feel like days, or did they not? If that makes sense.
No, because you're so like in it with the activities and you're basically focusing. It flew by so quickly. You're so in it with the activities. You're so, I wouldn't say activities, but obviously like sorting out the food parcels, to helping distribute, to helping cook the food, chopping the tomatoes, to the every chunk of tomato is probably like someone's money that's been contributed from the fundraising, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward everybody who contributed to the Lebanon link. Thank you so much everyone that helped me raise money, because it changed so many lives, because you meet families that had everything to nothing, that had a house, cars, food on their table, and they basically got given such a difficult test from Allah, and now they're currently displaced in tents and camps in Lebanon. But subhanallah, each and every family had so much tawakkul and so much like faith and sabr in Allah's plan, because they were all like, this has happened, we're so grateful for the hygiene kits and the food kits, shukran, thank you so much, and lots of smiles. And everyone said alhamdulillah. Like it was alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah everywhere, every second. And I was thinking, I don't say alhamdulillah enough. Like I actually don't do enough dhikr in the day. And I didn't realize how much of a difference dhikr actually makes to your life, because since coming back from Lebanon, and the more that I've started to go alhamdulillah every 5 minutes, istighfar every 5 minutes, subhanallah, I feel a lot lighter. And that is just having Allah in your heart, remembering Allah, and also just feeling a lot more grateful with what we have. So anyways, that was a bit of a dhikr tangent, but I came back from Lebanon. I felt humbled, bro. I felt so humbled. I didn't feel right sleeping in my bed, and I didn't feel right, driving my car, because it's just so unfair.
That's what I'm saying.
But subhanallah, it's Allah's plan. Like you think like this is so unfair. Like I wanted to give more to them. You have to be so careful with, distributing. So obviously, it's a proper strict rule. They brief you before the deployment that when you give out food, like hygiene parcels, food kits, you have to give out that and nothing more. So if you see like a kid that's like, itching for another toy, or you want to give them another toy, you can't, because at the end of the day, there's one for each. I know, and it was so difficult, but there's one for each. And then, for example,
that makes sense. So
there's been situations in the past where like, someone would give like a kid an extra toy, but then that would cause fights, and that would cause like, it's just not, it needs to kind of like be balanced so everyone has like an equal amount. But I just wanted to give more and more and more. And I think that's the reason why I had this kind of like feeling inside me that I have to continue doing this. I have to continue going on deployments, raising money for charity. So guys, I'm going to Cairo in February to run a 10K. Do I run? No, I don't. Do I do any form of cardio?
No, but you know what?
I don't.
10K is a really good number though.
It's a good number. Can I do 5? No, I can't.
You have done 5.
with my asthma pumping one
but you didn't find fasted, didn't you?
It was fasted, but it was out of force, bruv. Okay, like I had no choice at that situation.
Yeah, but you are forced now, so you're gonna do 10K. Are you on Runner?
True. Well, that's the thing. So I everyone was telling me to download Runner, so I downloaded it. I've made myself a plan. I start on Sunday. We're gonna be doing 5K on Sunday.
My God, this is exciting.
I don't know if I'm actually gonna do the 5. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna do the 5K.
Actually, when I tell you,
do the 5K.
once you've done like. I'm telling you.
I'm just the girl, guys. I'm just the girl.
But you know, one thing about running is actually, sorry, I'm going to sound really cheesy. It's actually not the distance, it's the discipline. You know, to run,
of course.
And you know, because you're running Winter Arc is crazy.
Yeah.
You're going to find a lot of versions of yourself you didn't know.
Yeah, no, inshallah. And the reason why, like I said,
such a beautiful cause.
Exactly. So that's why I mentioned the. Sorry, I didn't finish the.
I just wanna run again.
Do it. Sign up. No, literally sign up.
Sign up.
Yeah, you can sign up.
When is it?
It's in February. It's the week before Ramadan. Wait, so anyways, guys, so as I was saying, no. So it's just I didn't finish my point. It's for charity. I didn't just randomly say that I'm doing a 10K in Cairo. Actually, it's for charity, by the way. Yeah, so just FYI in case you guys didn't. But yeah, it's to raise money for people in Palestine, inshallah. So we're going to be fundraising for like food parcels, etc. It's not with Human Appeal this time. It's with a different charity. And it's with Good Nudge Agency. Good Nudge Agency. So Good Nudge Agency, they reached out to quite a few people that I know, like Alia and Fatima, and Anila, they reached out to Anila. I think she's doing Marrakesh in January. Yeah. They're reaching out to different content creators to come join. They are an agency that obviously do different services, but externally they do this for people that need to kind of like work in their mental health, but also raise money for charity and do something for a good cause. So if you guys are interested in fundraising, helping the needy out, but also coming and doing something so adventurous like running in a different country like Cairo, like Egypt, then sign up. And there's an early bird offer where you can use code TOES10 to basically get a discount for a really good price. I know, TOES10's bare random.
Isn't it not meant to be 10 toes? But anyway.
Oh wait, maybe it... No, it is TOES 10. It is TOES 10. Oh. Yeah, I didn't ask why that was the.
Me to say 10 toes.
That is definitely East London coded. But yeah, if you want to join, then use that code for early bird, and inshallah you'll be able to get a really good price on the accommodation and the excursions. Flights are not included. They're not included.
Ayesha, this is the biggest selling pitch ever. Like, if anyone ain't gonna be signing up for Cairo after this, I don't know what it's gonna be.
Exactly. Really. And if you have any questions, just DM me. And luckily, so I posted a video to announce it, and I received a lot of DMs, and alhamdulillah, even like the team at Good Nudge came back to me. They said, actually, you know what, like your video got a really good reception. So nice. I'm really hoping I'm seeing my community there, So
babe, your community is there.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm excited. But anyways, alhamdulillah, Lebanon was such a privilege, and I will make endless stars for everybody that wants to go, and I will make endless stars for you to inshallah experience it. My next deployment though, I want it to be in Pakistan. I really do, because
I know you were
it's my home country. Do you know what I mean? I actually wanted to go a few years ago, but I thought Lebanon felt right at the time. It was more realistic as well, because for Pakistan you have to raise 10K, because 5K goes to like food parcels and hygiene kits, but the other 5K goes to a water well. So inshallah I want to build a water well, maybe put it in my parents' name, or just someone, to get they can get barakah as well. Sadqa Jariyah. And I think that'll be really exciting for you.
I definitely want to. I think, you know what it is? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the moment, these are the kind of moments in your life, like, you actually look back and there would be no regrets in that. Do you know what I mean? The only regret, and even then it's not even a regret, because you had to be this Ayesha to have not just the opportunity, but like the appreciation to know exactly what you're doing, what you're doing for, and let it impact your life. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I think one thing I'd say is that post-Lebanon, like, so mentally, it's been very challenging this past month. I'd say I've had a very difficult few weeks just with my mental health, but I want to actually gloss over the whole like dhikr, and just making sure that if anyone, and I want to like say this to anybody that's going through something similar to me, where they're overthinking, they're in their head, they're just struggling to sleep, and their mental health isn't great, istighfar, because literally, so my bestie got me a dhikr counter, and it's like the best gift I've ever received.
Like bedazzled as well.
You got a bedazzled one.
You know, mum, no man. You know she's gonna get me a bedazzled one. It's like it's shining and it's red, and I was like, she knows.
Well, my one's purple, but it's fine. It's not bedazzled. It's fine. But yeah,
Dhikr
so
prices anyway. You can't put
exactly.
price on Dhikr.
But
It's
I
fine.
was, you know, subhanallah, like I had it on my finger, and I was doing it in the office, and I was doing it on the drive home. Period. And I was doing it before bed, and I got up to like about, I think I was on about 1,500 istighfars, and alhamdulillah, I felt so much lighter. So for anybody who's going through that, just keep on doing your dhikr. I think people underestimate dhikr. Like they think like du'as, don't get me wrong, they're super powerful, and of course Allah is going to answer your du'as, and the tahajjud is also very powerful, and people like very much glamorize the tahajjud, and of course it should be glamorized. I mean, it is the tahajjud, it's very powerful. However, they underestimate the power of dhikr and how strong it can be.
Not quickly, it can be done so easily.
Exactly.
Like, it's actually, like,
you know,
anywhere.
the tahajjud, like if you want to wake up for the tahajjud, I 100% recommend that you do wake up for the tahajjud. But people do struggle. People really do struggle because, like, let's say they don't sleep at night and they don't wake up on time, and it's a battle. And then sometimes when you don't wake up for the tahajjud, you get up and you go, and you just feel so disappointed in yourself sometimes. And firstly, it's okay because you're a human being, and inshallah you will wake up for the tahajjud soon, whenever that's the time, whenever you're ready. But if you don't wake up for the tahajjud, maybe do your extra dhikrs, maybe your extra istighfars and your alhamdulillahs, and it will be kind of like the same thing. You'll gain endless amounts of rewards. And you know, like Allah has given us like thousands of cheat codes in this life. It's actually, subhanAllah, it's crazy. Like when you really deep it, you can gain reward like that, and we don't even realize. Like that's how merciful and forgiving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. And that's why, to all my girlies that are feeling super overwhelmed and anxious and feeling really low, just remember your rewards, what you can gain from simple dhikr can not only put ease in your brain and your heart, but it can also be better for your akhirah as well. So just dhikr, say your istighfar. I don't know what her name is, but it's the girl that's like 3,552 istighfars. I'm trying to be like her, okay?
I was literally thinking about her, and I was like, she's so.
We irritating shaitan today.
I know, I love her.
I'm gonna be on his back today.
She's so
I
sick.
love her. She's the may Allah reward her endlessly. She's the reason why I'm on my dhikr game.
No, but I'm telling you, that's an incredible. That's pure influence.
Yeah,
Like,
pure influence.
influence.
I'm trying to be like her, man. I don't know if people realize I've actually
Just
gone
stitch with
towards
her.
more Islamic. Bro, that's on my content list plan. Stitching her videos. I already know you.
Imagine,
Don't
she's
talk
like,
to me
"That's
about
my
that. I already
sister
got it.
in the UK.
That's
you
what I'm
know?
saying. Like, I really wanna, but her influence, mashallah, is incredible.
It's
And
incredible.
you know, inshallah, we have that level of influence on our community as well. I feel like I want to really touch on this because I know that we're running out of time. But one thing I want to gloss is that also, I feel like because, you know, we're hijabi girls, we're Muslim girls, a lot of girls actually, not just hijabis and Muslims, but they struggle to be authentic online. But I think one of the main problems is because we're so scrutinized by people that just straight away just want to judge and straight away want to comment, oh, that girl's hijab is not on properly, oh, this, that, when all she wants to do is just spread a bit of like love and laughter, for example. And I feel like, you know, like I don't even chat about the Dawa bros because I'm not even gonna waste my breath on that. But all I'm trying to say is that if you're a girl that wants to spread joy and laughter and positivity online and also spread the message of Islam, don't let any person stop you from doing that, especially a guy that's gonna judge you in like the space of 3 seconds. And you know what, like all of my du'as are going towards Khadija, who's currently going through so much scrutiny at the moment. She's going through a very personal journey, and it's between her and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So everyone that's stitching her and saying all these crazy things like she's a liar and she's this and she's that, and it's basically someone who was hijabi that may or may have not taken off her hijab. Regardless, that's between her and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's to everybody that's calling her a liar, to everybody that's saying like, oh, she's this, she's that, just let her do life. And that's the reason why she's actually removed her TikTok account. That's the reason why she's kind of like dropped off social media. And it's so, really and she's so young, and she was like the face of kind of like Islamic content. So she was doing a lot of Islamic content, and then sadly, like, you know, she's going through quite a bit. And if there is a video with her without hijab or not, if there is a decision where she's now taking it off, just make dua for her, guys. Don't make TikToks and be like, she's a liar or she's this, she's that. She's just another servant of Allah that's just trying in this life. And so are you. So if you're out here making content bashing her or saying, what are you doing? Focus on yourself, bro. Okay, and that's for the girls and the guys, because I've seen both girls and guys stitch her videos and it's just not necessary, you know? Go back to your other content.
Everyone needs to just relax and
chill out, man.
Yeah, I think people forget like how many
breathe
times
and breathe out.
accumulate sins.
Yeah,
based off the judgment and arrogance that you put on another fellow brother or
exactly.
sister. But that's another conversation.
It's another conversation for another day. We can expand on this in our next episode. I really enjoyed today's episode.
I know, it was cute.
Bit of a yap session.
Yeah, a little bit of yap. It's like we're on a podcast.
Yeah. Oh my god. You know, I feel like we need to start one. I hope you guys liked the episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you wanna get notified whenever we upload, there's a little bell next to the subscribe button. So make sure you tap that. And also, guys, if you enjoy the episode, please let us know through our social medias as well.
Yeah, just DM us.
You know, hit a follow on the It's Just Us page. You know, let us know because feedback is super important.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. And also, we are super, super trying with consistency. We're balancing 9 to 5s with content creating, with everything.
No. Let's not get into the excuses. Let's cut it here.
We're just trying. But inshallah, consistency will come for sure.
But
for
we
sure.
appreciate the community so much, guys.
Exactly.
I'm not even joking. I think like we tend to forget that this is so beautiful when it's first, like it's in its baby phases.
Yeah.
I'm excited for 2026.
If you want to see an event, then let us know. Because I'm feeling that It's Just Us event soon.
It'll be so wholesome.
Yeah,
it'll be
definitely
super wholesome.
All right, guys, it's my bedtime. I want to leave.
Right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.